Hi, welcome to the Knitter's Notebook podcast, page 5 or 6. I don't know. It's one of those. I am Haxann. You can find me on Instagram as HaxannEvers and on Ravelry as HaxannKnits. This is predominantly a knitting podcast, but today I actually have some cross stitching to share with you. So to get started, I have some finished objects. The first finished object I have here is a pair of socks. And hopefully the lighting will be good enough for you to see. This pattern is a pattern I designed, and it's currently out for testing. It's called the box socks, and you can see the front here has it's predominantly a rib-based sock, just with some garter ridge rows and this easy fake cable down the side. For this pair, I used Knit Picks Stroll. This is the Royal, I think, Duchess Heather colorway, and this is the, I don't remember. These are just some leftovers I had, so I just striped them, and then the contrasting for the cuff and toe were just some random white I had in my stash. But I really love this pattern. It's blowing out. I'm having the hardest time getting a clear representation of this pattern because of either the yarn I used or the lighting. For this one I did a heel flap and gusset. With my sock patterns, I usually prefer, for my feet, I love using the German short row heel with the mini heel flap adjustment, which is a sock pattern by Mina Phillip of Knitting Expect Designs. And you can get those instructions in, I think, almost any of her sock patterns. I know she has, like, her vanilla sock recipe for the purchased one. She has the instructions, and then almost all of her sock patterns have that mini heel flap adjustment. But in my sock, obviously that's not my heel pattern. So for my sock patterns, I always include a traditional heel flap and gusset. And I did for these socks. I can speak. For these socks, I did a heel flap and gusset because these are going to be a gift. This pattern is actually currently out. I have a thread up in Ravelry. The light is just so bad. I have a thread up on Ravelry. It's linked in my Instagram profile. I'll see if I can put it below. I have the hardest time figuring out links. If you are interested in test knitting this pattern, it's really fun and I love it. I love textured socks, and I have to talk about this. I love the every now and then breaking up stockinette with just a purl row for garter bumps. It makes it so easy to make sure that they're the same length, especially if you're striping them. In the pattern, I'm not gonna put. I might put recommendations if you want to stripe. The current pair, the pictures I have up might not be the official pattern pictures. I might use these to photograph it so they can clearly see the pattern. If you remember, the first pair I knit, the yarn was very hard to see the pattern, so I might use these instead and just put, a recommendation for when you want to stripe. If that made any sense. I'm sorry if that didn't. So that's my first finished object. I knit these on a US 2.75 millimeter. No, it's US 2. It's 2.75 millimeter needle. I use Chagru red lace. Oh, and this is a 64 stitch sock, so like the medium in your standard sock sizes. Here it is. I really love them. Okay, so that was finished object 1. The next 2 I have are shawls, and I'm really excited about them. Okay, so the first one you've seen as a work in progress, and this is a first draft of a shawl pattern I want to write up. You can get it all in. See it? Okay, so the yarn is Yarn B Must Be Merino, which is, I think it's 50% merino, 25% acrylic, 25% nylon. This is the, I think it's just tan colorway, and this gold, and then bright blue. So this is the first draft I've had, and there's several things wrong with this, so I already am planning to make another one. But I just love it. You can see the texture on it. Just love it so much. And then I did a picot bind off, which, though it takes a long time, it's so pretty. Just look how it lays. It's so nice. I really love this shawl. I knit this on I think it was a 6. I'm not sure. I think it was. What is a 4mm needle? So that's really all there is to say about this. I'm gonna cast another one on soon. I do love it. I do love this yarn. It was really nice to work with. I also see I'm probably not going to do this again, and like, if you do it with 3 colors, to use all 3 here. I was really obsessed when I picked these colors to have the blue touch both, so that's why I did it, but afterwards kind of, you don't really need it. I kind of like it better, the solid garter bit, and then next color. So I don't know, I probably won't do that again. It's nice. I love this texture. Can you see it? I'm a big sucker for just simple knit purl textures. I think it just makes it go faster than just a sea of knitting or a sea of stockinette. I love it a lot. Okay, the last shawl I have. I had the plans for this for so long, and I just never got around to it. Here it is. Excuse me. This is, at the moment, it's named the Crossroad Shawls. You can't even see it. Can you see it all? I can't see. So this is a worsted weight shawl. Yeah, that was a DK white shawl. I might have said that. Might not have. I don't know. This is a worsted weight shawl. It was knit with I Love This Yarn, the brown tweed colorway, and it's knit from the beginning like an asymmetrical construction, but then you increase and then you decrease, so you get a triangle. And it's got, again, this simple knit purl. I don't know if this yarn is going to show it up. Knit purl texture, and then this super fun, super easy, like really, this is really easy, cable that looks so pretty. It's a braided cable, and it is so easy. Like, you know, when you learn a new technique in knitting, like that you've just built up in your head, like I think socks, like a perfect example. I think socks are so hard, and then you actually do it a couple times, and you realize this is not hard. It's not a disappointment, but it's like this should have been harder, but it wasn't. And this is what it is like this. It looks complicated, but it's so easy, and it's so pretty. I just love it so much. I also have plans to knit a second one of this, just to fix some minor things. It's also got an I-cord edging along the long side. So yeah, that's really all I can say about this. a lot of designs I want to work at, so I just love it a lot. And I don't know, you probably can't see, but oh, maybe now you can, these pearl bumps. So like when you look at it while you're knitting it, it's all horizontal, but just when you look at it from this way, it just makes these vertical lines straight down. It's just so pretty, and you can't see it with, I don't think the camera's gonna pick it up that well. But it just looks so nice, and it goes all the way down to that cable. I love it a lot. So that's all there is to say about this, I think. And I have one work in progress to share with you. It's right here. Reach behind the camera. This is a sock work in progress. Hopefully to be a design. I've had a few flips with it. My second time starting it. So I have a lot of sock scraps. So I kind of want to make a sock pattern to so I can stripe them, because I don't use a full 100 grams for a pair of full-size socks. I don't think a lot of people do. So I'm trying to optimize my sock leftovers by figuring out a stripe sequence that will use up more yarn. That makes sense. So here's this. This stitch pattern is actually very similar. It's almost exactly similar, but not quite, to the shawl, because I love it so much. So I'm just trying to figure out a way to do this. This is a Knit Pick Stroll in the pumpkin colorway. And I think you can see. So this is the start of one sock. This is also, this is knit on a US 2.75mm needle. It's a Chowgu red lace. I like the 40-inch cables. So I have in total, not here but I'm gonna reach again, sorry. In total, I have, between these 4 skeins of yarn, 55 grams. Where's I going with this? I don't know. But for shorties and with striping, that should be enough to not make a super shorty sock. I don't know. It makes sense in my head, and then when I go to do it, it's like, I'm not sure. I'll figure it out. This is the same blue I was using in the Boxel. I striped with the Boxel sock. That was my point. So from a 50 gram skein of yarn to knit one sock, I have like 17 to 18 grams left over. So this, I have in this skein, this little ball, 11 grams. So here, just from here to here, I used only 6-7 grams of yarn. So I should be able to make a good size cuff. It does make sense in my head. Well, with this, because this is only 11 grams. That was my point. Does this make any sense at all? That will be the title. Does this make any sense at all? Probably not. But I'm just trying to figure out a good striping sequence for my leftovers, because I do like scrappy projects, but I just feel like this is enough to go toward a not scrappy project. I don't know. We'll see. So that's all I have cast on at the moment. I do plan on casting on more. But the last thing I have as a whip is some cross stitching. Now I've been wanting to cross stitch for a long time, but all my supplies have been put away. Now they're out and they're organized and I can easily grab them. So I finally got around. So how I'm doing my cross stitch, right now I have it just shoved in this binder thing. You're supposed to put papers in. Okay. So I have, like in this, here's how it is. I'm cross stitching these two Mario characters, Toad and Toadette, and then, so it makes it real easy just to shove the pattern right in there. And then I have this Ziploc with, I really don't need the Ziploc, but I'm using it because, I don't know, with all my threads, and then this pouch has my scissors and the needle case. And then I'm just throwing the ends in there just so they don't get tangled up with these. The Ziploc does make sense. The patterns I just got off of Pinterest. If you look for cross stitch on Pinterest, there are a lot of free charts I found. So then that's where I got these. So here is my progress. Started with Toadette. She's got no head yet, but she has a body and part of a braid. She also got no color in her hands, but that's okay. And I did all this in one day. Like not even a full day, a couple of hours. So it's going well. I really don't know that much about cross stitching, other than you make the X's. And my back of work is much to be desired. But that's okay because the front is really nice. It's very pretty. I'm really happy with it. It's very fun to do. Once you get it, all this stuff together, I feel like with knitting I can just pick it up and do it. But with cross stitch, it takes a few minutes to prepare yourself to thread the needle and make sure you have all your colors with you. So that's all I've been working on. That's it. I do plan on casting on at least one of the second parts of the shawls. Probably the Crossroads one first, because I don't have other colors for the other one. Like I have another skein of the, I'm pointing at them, but you can't see that, so it just looks like my shoulder's doing something weird. Hopefully you can't hear the screaming from the park outside. Sorry if you can. I'll probably cast on a Crossroads again, so that's really loud. Because I have the yarn for it. I'm just going to stop here, because I don't know if I'll be able to edit over the background noise that is the park we live next to. So thank you for watching, and happy knitting.